Go Racing. Go online. GoRacing.ie. Horse Racing Ireland's official website.
Hello and welcome to this weekend's Horse Racing Ireland Racing Preview. My name is Sarah Barton and I'm joined by Martin Murphy, and today we're looking at Down Royal on Saturday the 3rd of November. The going here at the moment is good to soft, and it's a 7-race card, all jumps. The first is going off at 12:45, but we're going to go first to the feature race of the day, which of course is the JNWine.com Champion Chase Grade 1. This race goes off at 2:25. Now there's 9 going to post in this, and of course the last year's winner Keisha de la Rock lines up for the Colin Murphy yard, but he hasn't had a run at all this year, so fitness could be an issue with him. Sizing Europe of course is second in the last 2 years in this race, and I do prefer him over the 2 mile, 2.5 mile trip, and I'm not sure about the 3 miles. However, the better ground might help in his favour.
Well, I think that's absolutely key here, Sarah, no doubt about that. Sizing Europe has just touched off last year, having looked a winner for much of the trip by Keto de la Rock.
Yeah.
As I say, Keto de la Rock then went on and finished third to Synchronise in the Lexus Chase. Now at the time that was maybe a little bit disappointing, but of course Synchronise went on and won the Gold Cup, so obviously it wasn't so bad at all. Now I wouldn't worry about the fact that Keto de la Rock hasn't actually had a run, because Colin Murphy will have him very primed for this. He loves the trip, will like the soft ground, and obviously just is certainly going to be going very close again to try and win it for a second time. English Raider there, Cotto Stone, is interesting of course, with Cotto Star now retiring after a tremendous career. This is a hard brother to him. He won at the meeting last year in the 2.5 mile chase, the Ladbrokes Chase. So it's interesting that Paul Nicholls is starting him off here over 3 miles for his first run of the season. If he gets the trip, he obviously has a big role to play. I'm like you, I think Sizing Europe is a wonderful horse. I never really was convinced that he would get 3 miles, but I think just on the ground this year, and the fact he won so well at Gordon Park last time, I think it's interesting to have persevered with this 3 mile distance. I think if he does win tomorrow, he could go for the King George. Obviously the likes of Sprint to Sacra now in England is going to really be a big threat for his 2 mile crown. So I think just this year, because the ground isn't forecast to be as bad as it was last year, I'll go with Sizing Europe just to win in what it should be a really tremendously exciting contest.
Definitely. So we'll move on then to the 5th race on the day, which is the Ladbrokes Chase. This is run over 2 miles 4, and it's a Grade 2. The 6 lining up in this, and I think my selection would be for the Paul Nicholls runner, Crystal Bonus. He won 2 races over fences by significant margins of 25 lengths and 13 lengths. He was pulled up then in a grade 2 kind of after that, I think. And then second to Menora at Aintree, so he's definitely obviously got ability over fences.
He has indeed, sir. I think the most crucial statistic here for all sort of punters would be that the fact that Paul Nicholls has won this race for the last 4 consecutive years, so obviously that is a tip in his favour. he really does obviously like this race, aims his horses at it, and obviously Crystal Bonus with Daryl Jacob on board is going to take the world of beating. However, Bog Warrior was a very good horse in his own right. He was a good winner of Drinmore Chase last year at Ferryhouse over 2.5. He is having his first run for quite a while now, so whether he's 100% fit, you'd have to question that. And he is the type of horse I think that could go well this season in other Grade 1 races. So perhaps Crystal Bonus will probably have a fitness edge in him this time tomorrow. However, there's one there at the very bottom called Jackson's Lady, who's in receipt of plenty of weight. And with Barry Gervie and Paul Carby rider on tomorrow, it was a good second last time out at Tipperary against Pride of the Arctic. Now that form probably isn't as solid as Bog Warriors or Crystal Bonus, but in receipt of over a stone from these 2 horses, I think she's a value bet tomorrow.
A good mare, yeah.
She's a good mare. She wouldn't want the ground too soft either, but she has taken really well to fences. She won well at Killarney as well. And while it is a step up in class for her, I just think she might be a bit of value to beat Crystal Bonus.
And another cracking race at Down Royal tomorrow. Yeah. So we'll go back then to the 3rd race on the day, which is the Billycart Salmon Handicap Hurdle. This is a Grade C over 2 miles. The 16 going to post in this, and Tony Martin and Colin McBratney both have 3 thrown into it, so they're definitely hoping to win it.
Absolutely.
I am actually going to opt for Gold Ability, who has been placed in 6 of his 8 starts, and he's had 2 wins over hurdles. He won well at Galway, and I think he's a horse that has natural ability, and I would expect a big run from him on Saturday.
Yes, he's looks an improvement, Sarah, and this is a wide open contest. He should have a very good chance of going in again for the local trainer Michael O'Hare. Now, the one thing interesting about this one is Moon Dice tops to weights. He's a former winner of the Galway Hurdle, and he ran very well last year, went 4th in the Great Wood Hurdle at Cheltenham. He's been unlucky. He didn't figure in the county hurdle at the big festival meeting in March. He has been chasing of late. He won his last race over fences at Cork. So it's interesting, even with 11-10, it wouldn't be a big surprise to see him going very well, although the ground is fairly crucial to him. He would prefer it a lot better. So maybe I think it's a very tricky race, this one. It's hard to know what's going to win it. I was looking at the Sportsmaster there for Edward O'Grady. He's only a 4-year-old. He was a decent horse on the flat last year. He actually beat Hissabat, who went on to be second the Triumph Hurdle at Cheltenham, and also he actually won the Grade 1 4-year hurdle at Punchestown Festival. So he was second. He actually beat him in the maiden hurdle at Naas last January. Then he got beaten when he was only third in an all-age race. And I just think if he's fit enough, with Edward O'Grady, I presume he will be fairly fit going for a big pot like this first time out. He has a very good chance, even though he's only a 4-year-old. And down towards the bottom of the weights, Philip Rothwell's Decade Player has run quite well lately. It was fourth to Wahab in a good novice hurdle at Ferryhouse last Wednesday week. He also was a winner and was second to Lansdowne Lady before that as well. He's only got 9-10, with Andrew Ring claiming 7 pounds off him. On soft ground.
Nice lightweight.
He could go very well. But for me, I'd just go with Sportsmaster each way. But it is a very, very tricky contest.
Okay, so fantastic days racing at Down Royal, but of course in the States we have the Breeders' Cup, and Aidan O'Brien of course is well known for sending runners over there, and I think he's well represented tomorrow in the Breeders' Cup.
He is cracking racing again, of course, in the Breeders' Cup in California, and certainly St. Nicholas Abbey, of course, was a big winner there last year in the Breeders' Cup turf over a mile and a half. He's round 3-1 to win it again with Joseph O'Brien on board. He didn't like the soft ground in the Prix de l'Arc, but before that he's been very solid. Third in the Irish Champion Stakes, third in the King George at Ascot. So I think he's going to take plenty of beating again once more. Now in the mile race, the interesting one here is Celebration. I mean, he certainly has been a tremendous performer this year. He was very impressed when he won the Queen Elizabeth Stakes at Champion State 2 weeks ago. Super. The one slight worry I have about him would be fast ground, because he has handled soft ground so very well in the past, and of course you would have a few good American milers there to take him on. He is the favourite at the moment. He probably no value around 6-4, 7-4, and while he should go very close, you'd have to respect the American horses. Hopefully it'll be a good Breeders' Cup, and Aidan O'Brien can get 1 or 2 for us.
Well, at least he's not up against Frankel on this occasion.
That's right. He's seen he's been beaten 5 times by him, but that just shows how good Frankel was. There's no doubt about that.
Exactly. So our selections for Down Royal will appear on the screen shortly, and next week we'll be looking at Naas on Saturday and Navan and Limerick on Sunday. So enjoy the racing, and thanks for watching.
Go racing. Go online. GoRacing.ie. Horse Racing Ireland's official website.